Did you know that a farm in the heart of the United States holds more than just tradition? Mormon Row Farm is a symbol of wealth, history, and a simple life that hides millions. How did a simple rural property become one of the country's greatest landmarks? What does she represent to those who know her? Get ready for a fascinating journey through the history and secrets of this farm, which, behind its fences and landscapes, tells a story of overcoming and success. Hello, I'm Juninho Mello, and this is the channel Celebrity Farm, where we bring incredible stories from the rural world. If you are ready to dive into this universe of traditions and riches, subscribe to the channel and leave a like so you don't miss any details. And now, we want to know, comment now. I want to have a farm like this Mormon Row, showing that you are committed to achieving your dreams. Mormon Row Farm, located in Grand Teton National Park in the state of Wyoming, is an example of resistance and wealth in the heart of the United States. But how did it become so emblematic? Originally, the farm was established by Mormon immigrants in the 19th century. They arrived in the region with big dreams of prospering, despite the difficulties of the time. And, over the years, the farm grew and became a crucial part of American history. One of the main features that attract the attention of those who visit Mormon Row are its iconic wooden houses and red barns. They are not just structures, they represent centuries of tradition and struggle. But what's even more impressive is how this farm has managed to stay relevant to this day. After all, what is the secret for an agricultural property to survive the test of time? Mormon Row is full of fascinating stories of overcoming. For example, did you know that the first residents faced extremely adverse conditions, such as harsh winters and difficult land to cultivate? And, even so, they managed to not only establish themselves, but prosper, making this farm a national point of reference. But the story of Mormon Row goes beyond simple agricultural production. It is closely linked to forming a community and creating a lasting legacy. Today, the farm is a tourist and cultural site, attracting thousands of visitors seeking to understand the lives and challenges of the first settlers of the American West. Now, imagine yourself living in that era, facing the unknown, fighting to build something of value. What would you do? How would your success journey begin? Does the story of Mormon Row have anything to teach us about the challenges we face in modern life? Mormon Row is not just a farm, but a portrait of how perseverance and vision can turn something simple into a true powerhouse. Its location, in a region full of difficulties, was no impediment for the Mormons to begin their journey. They had to learn to deal with harsh weather and scarce resources, but over time the farm flourished. The big challenge, however, was more than just surviving the weather. It was about understanding what the land could offer and how to adapt to it. Thus, many early settlers focused on agricultural practices that suited the terrain and climate, such as raising livestock and cultivating vegetable gardens, which were critical to their survival and growth. However, what really sets Mormon Row apart is the spirit of community and collaboration that has emerged. The region's residents were not only focused on their own profits, but helped each other in times of need. This created a very strong bond between residents and allowed them to overcome collective challenges. Could this mentality of unity be the key to facing difficulties today? But, of course, the natural beauty of the place also played an important role. With spectacular views of the Teton Mountains, the farm has become not only a place to work, but also a symbol of how nature and human perseverance can come together to create something great. Now, think about what this story teaches us about dealing with life's difficulties. Rather than give up in the face of adversity, the colonists of Mormon Row decided to adapt, learn, and prosper. Are we doing the same in our own lives? Now that we've explored the history and context of Mormon Row, let's look at some of the deeper lessons this farm and its early settlers can teach us. The idea of persevering in the face of difficulties is not something new, but it is in examples like Mormon Row that we can observe this resilience in a most impactful way. When the first settlers arrived in this isolated region, they didn't know what to expect. However, adapting to the new environment was crucial to their success. But what made these pioneers continue the fight, even in the face of so many difficulties? One of the main reasons was the long-term vision. They weren't just thinking about surviving, but about building something lasting. For many, this mindset of vision and purpose is what turned a simple farm into a legacy. Perseverance in adversity is a reflection of what people are capable of achieving when they believe in their mission and dedicate themselves tirelessly to it. It is also interesting to observe how Mormon Row Farm is a reflection of the history of the United States itself. The way the colonists settled and prospered there is a clear example of the idea of the American dream. Even without abundant resources and facing harsh conditions, they created an environment of prosperity, teaching us the importance of focusing on what really matters: perseverance, collaboration, and adaptation. However, we cannot forget the practical lessons that the farm itself offers us. As with many other agricultural projects, production at Mormon Row was not limited to just planting crops or raising livestock. Sustainability and intelligent resource management were essential to the farm's success. What can we learn from this? In a world where resources are increasingly scarce, knowing how to manage what we have at our disposal is essential to achieving prosperity. Additionally, environmental conservation was a priority at Mormon Row. Even in times when colonists needed to fight for survival, they also recognized the importance of protecting the natural resources around them. This, in many ways, anticipates the current movement toward sustainability and environmental preservation. What, then, can we learn from this ahead-of-its-time vision? There is also the cultural impact of Mormon Row. Today, the farm is a symbol of history, and images of the old buildings and barns have become an icon of resistance. What can we learn from this? Maybe it's that our legacy isn't just in the things we do, but in the stories we tell. How are you building your legacy? Studying the farm also leads us to reflect on time and patience. Unlike the fast-paced culture we live in today, the first inhabitants of Mormon Row knew that true success would require time and ongoing effort. They teach us that great achievements, like building a legacy or prospering a farm, don't happen overnight. It requires patience, hard work, and of course, a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Now, think. Do you have this clear vision of what you want to achieve? Are you willing to do the necessary work, adapt to difficulties, and build something that lasts? These are the same principles that guided the pioneers of Mormon Row, and they are the principles that can lead us to success today. We have reached the end of our journey through Mormon Row Farm, and the lessons we can take from this story are many. Through perseverance and hard work, the first settlers not only built a farm, but also created a legacy that endures to this day. The story of this farm is a true example of how, even in the face of adversity, it is possible to achieve success if we have a clear vision and work with dedication. To recap, we saw how long-term vision and adaptation to hardship were key to Mormon Row's success. The cultural and historical impact of this farm reflects the essence of the American spirit. which is not just about material prosperity, but about persevering through difficult times and building something lasting. Furthermore, smart natural resource management and sustainability also played a crucial role in the farm's maintenance and growth, a value that remains relevant today. With this, we cannot help but reflect on our own journey. Are we working with the same dedication and long-term vision as the settlers of Mormon Row? Are we, in fact, adapting to difficulties and creating a legacy that lasts? Or are we just looking for quick solutions without considering the consequences in the future? As we look at the history of Mormon Row, we see that great achievements come with patience and persistence. Difficulties are inevitable, but they are also opportunities to grow, learn, and eventually prosper. And if the pioneers of Mormon Row could achieve so much with so little, imagine what we can achieve with the tools and resources we have today. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You are a successful person because you know that great achievements begin with the desire to learn and the willingness to work hard. Now, I want you to comment below, "I will achieve all my dreams." Show that you are committed to your journey of success.